Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about this. It's a Marvel True Believer book. Now they titled it like the names are getting really silly here. So it's not even just like True Believer's Bullseye. It's hold on. Let me get over here so I can read it to you exactly as written. True Believers number 1, the criminally insane Bullseye. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you name it that? I don't know. That's a great cover, by the way. There's a lot of text on it, but the posing. Let's kind of turn it like this so you can see the whole thing. This posing is fantastic. It tells you basically everything that's going to be going down in the book. You got Daredevil investigating a murder. You got Bullseye getting ready to kill Daredevil. You don't need the text. The text is just there because Marvel used to love to do this kind of thing. It doesn't need to be there. It's still a great cover. Now you open it up and you get this. No, not this. Let me just there. You don't need to look at that. That doesn't matter. This page matters. Look at this. What a great thing to open up to. It's super dynamic. Daredevil's swinging in. You got a mob, some gangsters obviously down here. They're robbing a jewelry store. If you didn't recognize like the gold chains and stuff, it conveniently says jewelers. They kind of tease us with what do superheroes do when they're not fighting crime. You get a lot of like chattiness over here because Marvel heroes, a lot of them. Well, I should be careful with that. A lot of the street level ones used to be very chatty. There's always the thing where Spider-Man cracks all those jokes because it helps the villain or helps keep the villains from realizing he's scared. So he foils that. We get some Matt Murdock stuff here where he's meeting this old lady and she's telling him about her tenement apartment and all the things that are wrong with it, which is sounding really familiar. I've never read this book before, but this sounds familiar because, it was in the Daredevil TV show. So that was kind of fun. But first we see of Bullseye is over here where he throws a paper airplane through a window, smashing the glass, which is crazy. And he just straight up murders this guy. Now, at this point, you gotta remember, I think Bullseye is kind of dumb. I think Bullseye absolutely is kind of dumb. How many people who have the power of super accuracy do you really need in your comic book universe? You've already got Hawkeye, you've got Bullseye. There's that other guy that's he like grew up with Hawkeye or something. They were like buddies in the circus or whatever. Captain America probably counts when it comes to shield throws. Like there are a lot of dudes who have the power of perfect aim. And that's really all Bullseye has going for him. Well, I'm used to Bullseye kind of the way he was depicted in like the Dark Reign type stuff. The Dark Avengers, like where he was masquerading as someone else because he was masquerading as Hawkeye, if I remember right. And frankly, I don't remember him ever actually saying anything. I just remember him like being cool. And no, I do remember him like making fun of the other villains that were on the Dark Avengers team. But like that's kind of what I remember of Bullseye. And it was kind of dumb. It's crazy in this book. This dude is nuts. All right, he wants to frighten people to get them to pay him money. And we even get his origin story over here as a Vietnam vet, which leads up to him ambushing Daredevil on top of a building, Daredevil swinging into an alley, and then Bullseye using the contents of a trash can kicked as a weapon. I'm sorry. We just crossed over like the threshold of dumb, wrapped around, and went back to somewhere awesome. He's doing like super garbage kicks, man. I don't even know. I don't know what to say about that except my mind is blown. Like, I dig it more than I probably should. The confrontation goes on, and I gotta say, this book, it looks good. Let's get the boring technical stuff out of the way. The art's good. These two artists, let me go back to the front page so you can see the people that worked on it. The artist did well. I like the art. There's some odd posing sometimes. In fact, this is kind of an odd posing the way his legs are. They look very stiff. And there's something weird about the foreshortening on this one and the way it connects in here. It might be the highlighting here on his waist versus the highlighting down here, because I kind of feel like this highlight should probably continue over the thigh like that. But whatever. I'm not going to give it that much flack. I really enjoyed the art. It was full of dynamic energy all the way through. And Marv Wolfman, I was surprised to see his name on this book. I didn't know he wrote Daredevil. The writing is fun, and it's fast. Even the boring stuff, like the lawyerly talk. But here's one thing I want to show as a great example of what I mean by it's fast. Over here, by the way, the DA asked to speak with you. Next panel, he's talking to the DA. There's no, like, introspective, like, Daredevil standing around thinking, or Daredevil walking to City Hall, or Daredevil taking a cab, or if this was City of Heroes, Daredevil getting on the train and riding the tram. It's just straight up, yo, I'm here, bro, let's chat. The lack of decompression in this story is startling. This story just hurtles you forward. It's like being on a crazy roller coaster that's out of control, has no way to stop it, and everybody is going to die, but you know what? They're going to have a fun time on the way. Alright, so now having said all that, this book did one thing that I find absolutely amazing. This book made me actually kind of like Bullseye. He is so totally, like, over the top crazy in what he's doing here, the stuff he's spouting out of his mouth, that I'm just like, dude, I like this guy. He's nuts. So, A+. Double thumbs up, man. $1. This was fantastic. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it ends on the setup for the next issue where their fight continues. You know? That was brutal. That was brutal, but I had a ton of fun, and I was surprised with how much fun I had reading this. So that's my opinion on this book. I know this review is going up kind of late at night, but I have had a busy day since, I went back to work because my vacation ended, so life got crazy. Check it out. You'll like it. Maybe. I sure hope to see you again next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until then, bye-bye.